have been able to experience as I go out in public, as I watch TV, as I just live normal life, I can feel energies. So all my life, I've been trying to figure out what all this is, not take it on. Like I'll watch a TV show and I'll get the empathy of which to which is being broadcasted to pull you in, to be how they do things, how they must do them, how much they, the individual I, believe with such extremes. What does this even mean? It means a lot. It means, are you easily influenced? If you are, your aura is down. It could be any part of those meridians. It could be the how did that go? The tangi pole. It can be the chakra tube. It's however you want to describe it. It can affect your aura. It can affect aura. What the hell's an aura? You are energy. You're electromagnetic. So is your blood. Everything about you. And all I want you to learn is how to become a sustainable you, to maintain what you already got. But I don't want you just to maintain what you already got. I didn't have enough knowledge, and I go to the doctor, they relieve you, you feel better. But then there's always that lingering doubt of fear takes over. And fear says it's supposed to be this and that's supposed to be that. And that's what it is. And that's what's real. And that's what you get. And that caudate nucleus. That caudate nucleus is just so caught up inside. What is the caudate nucleus? It's inside the brain. Go look it up. Energetically, information is coming through. Can you prove it? I don't know. I don't. How can you prove anything until you start spending time with energy? And over time, you bring those ideas in over time. All this information we get, we think, oh, it's brand new. No, it's not. It's shit that we've already remembered. It's already these things that have existed. And our fear has been to cover it up, to having to do a service and do that for a certain length of time. And these paradigms, all of these paradigms are ready to be changed because they were made for the 3D world. We're not there anymore. We're not there anymore. We've changed. And the more you begin to wake up, the more you're like, ooh, wait a minute, what's this? What's this information? You know what mob mentality is? Mob mentality. You think it would be easy to know, but mob mentality. Think about it. I went out yesterday. And trust me, I did the Celtic weave, I did the hookup, I've done all of these energy works. And if you don't learn how to get into your mindset, the spiritual mindset, you can get caught up in all of the energy of the glamour, whether it's good or bad, it's there. Somebody else's truth, somebody else's projection, somebody else's, you don't see what I see. This is my experience. But if your experience shows up through ego, and then they're forcing you to take on their reality, whoever they are or the I is, you can end up putting yourself in a world of hurt. Why? Because your soul wasn't really designed to take on just theirs. It's a perspective on the kaleidoscope of life. You know what a kaleidoscope is? You get to help create the collective consciousness. But if you don't know this and you've heard people say, oh, you're asleep in class, and everybody, oh my God, gas prices going up to $2 a gallon. We have to go to the gas station right now before it all runs out, or we can't afford it. We're going to die, impending doom, impending doom, impending doom. And I'm thinking, but we adapt. We've always have, we adapt, we have always have. And then one woman walks by me and I just got caught up into her field and I just about wet myself because I was so fearful I was going to be dead if I didn't do this. And I just went in my bedroom and cried because it's like, oh my God, fear is so real. It makes you go in meridian. You need your spirit calm. You need to calm the spirit. Why in the hell would you need to calm the spirit inside the body? Remember, you beam your ass in this meat suit. You're the one that gets to dictate and control because you're the one that has to do with the willpower. So it's what you believe in. What you put your values in is what your experiences dictate. Your body's consciousness dictates your brain. Your body's consciousness is, oh my God, I've had this experience in the past, and therefore the emotions kick off and your thoughts go crazy, and then all of a sudden you're contagious. Because your energy field sets it off like a domino, and if anybody else is not prepared, doesn't know how to stop it, they'll be next in line, next in line, next. Where do I begin? Where do they end? How much am I supposed to believe? How much am I not supposed to believe? You can calm your spirit. You can calm the fight and flight in you. You start calming your spirit. You start calming your physical. You get to pull yourself out of the mob mentality. I can't tell you how many times when I was younger, I'd be wrapped into it, especially inside the ravages of your own home. And it usually points to impending doom. We're all going to die. It's never going to change, and it always is. That's why we have generations being born that are different than the generations before, because they are meant to set up a different collective consciousness. There is no cure-all for anything. I will say, if you can learn how to tap into the pineal through the kundalini, your nervous system will already figure out what God wanted. Not about maybe a disease you want. Oh, I want you to cure my cancer. But what if all of a sudden it is because you have pain in your hands? And you're meditating one day and all of a sudden kundalini kicks in, and that energy from the first, second, and third chakra, where you collect data and all experiences that says this is your life and you can't change it. That energy goes up into the pineal, puts pressure on it. If you know how to do the yoga breath, if you know how to do this, opens it up, creates you to have an experience, load new frequencies that actually help the nervous system calm down. Your brain begins to rearrange itself and change its energies. I went out yesterday and I'm like, why is everybody buying 1,000 toilet papers? As if somebody's strangled me to death. And all of a sudden I can feel my own panic now creeping up, as if I need to be choked to death. And I said, you have to stimulate the vagus nerve. You can do this in public by controlling your breathing, which stops you from going into fight, flight, freeze. Because when you do that, your frontal lobe, 80% of the blood just starts to leave your brain and go into, oh my God, I need to protect myself. And the first three chakras are like, oh my God, look at all the data we know. And if it's not even ours, I borrow from my neighbor and I've looked at the news and all the TV shows, the horror movies. Oh my God, this is so real. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I have been in every situation that I have experienced. And oh my God, I am like, oh, I don't want to be there. Help me. Seeing my son so sick scared the crap out of me. I just said, please. You took my mother, but what am I supposed to do? Learn to listen to the soul. You're going to be so far ahead. You're going to be so far ahead. And if you know what tools to do to calm down that mob mentality, instead of jumping up with your nerves going, oh my God, this is real. If you can learn to calm down the chemical peptide called emotions, It will actually cause your thoughts to come to clarity. So there's endless possibilities to be healthy and to be sick. But there is an answer for you. Every fiber of my being, spirit says there's always an answer. God has the answer for everything. It's at your fingertips. It's inside your soul. And if you need something solid, it won't be far from you. It depends on if you're a nocebo or a placebo. Yes, you heard me correctly. Some of you have heard of the placebo effect. Yes, people call it placebo. That placebo, guess what? It's based on if you accept it, you believe it, you give it your willpower, you can have instant success. And you can be the placebo effect. You don't believe me? Look up Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's working feverishly. He was the placebo effect. Not going to get into that. You're here for a different reason. One time I'm over at my friend's house and she's trying to tell me about how real her fear is, about being afraid of the other side, and that she has stuff in her house. Now, I'm tapping into the house. I can't see it or feel it. And then spirit made me 2 inches away from her. I had taken on her reality, that I saw what was in the mirror. I saw and felt the creepy ass things. And when I pulled myself out of her aura, it all disappeared. This is objective reality. All things are possible. This is source. But if you over-identify with it so much, it can begin to own you. Noticing the mob mentality. I said, what the hell am I supposed to do? And every time I would all of a sudden drift as I'm looking at my list to buy something. Oh, where's the water? I need to get myself some water. I need to get myself toilet paper. I'm like, stop. Mindset. I'm an ego mindset. Why? Fear. Why? Because that's what they believe. So then I quickly started doing the Celtic weave, the connecting heaven and earth. And I even had to fix my, I'm going to say it wrong, Taji pole. It's the core. It's the core energy. I even had one woman going, and I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, wait, that's right. People's mob mentality of fear. Hold on. Okay, so apparently I'm falling for it. What did I do wrong? I'm falling for it. This is my reaction. I'm falling for it. No, stop. Breathe in, started to hold and do the hookup. Puff out my aura. Figure eights. Did my breathing to stop me from going into the state of chaos. Now, a placebo effect, very, 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 very important, is that it can contribute to a wonderful side effect because you believe it. Did you know your nervous system can make the same chemicals as if there is a chemicals that you thought that could cure you? Your body already knows how to do it. Your innate already knows how to do it. Tapping into that is not easy, but it can be done. I can't tell you how to do that. As to the interpersonal relationships, it can F them up big time. Now, let's talk about the opposite. Okay? Not many people know about the nocebo effect. If I could use the right keyboard, I could pull up the information that I have here. Remember, using the right keyboard. Nocebo, Nocebo, nocebo. Or I may have spelled it wrong on my board. I don't know. The point is it's nocebo. It's the opposite of positive. It is that negative expectations. That's why I teach you to not expect, but live in expectancy. So, as I'm talking to this, remember to send in your email if you want a particular looking at your energy. The power of fear, the power of negative thinking, the power. Every day I would spend hours of trying to make my mother smile and be happy. Not my job. I've tried. It has to be an inside job. She was told she was going to die in 1.5 years, and she lived about 4 years. But one day this nurse came to the house. Now I have no problem with nurses. I am so thankful to know them. But this one in particular individual just had a negative attitude. Well, you know, she was criticizing everything. I'm like, well, wait a minute. How come you're here? Where's the other one that knows how to, you know, love to say that's the only thing that exists? Get out of the way. This is how you do it. I'm thinking, but you're not even a doctor. Why the hell are you telling me all of this stuff? They know nothing. And I'm like, excuse me. I go, where's the... I was so shocked and so horrified I couldn't think. To the point that, guess what? Exactly 30 days later, about the exact same time, my mother died. Nocebo effect. Almost choked to death. And if they're not satisfied because you're still not getting the picture, your body begins to take a hit that you would not. And some of you do. But what are you to do? Understand emotions have a lot to do with why your hell is hell. Understanding the meaning you put behind it. When you are completely upset, it's going to cloud your judgment. The easiest thing you can do. There's tons of ways to do it. Some are better than others. Some will work on people more than others. Usually the first thing I do is I do this. Now, because I know how to calm myself down, to get into and relax on the deeper level. If I know the story, I can actually hear and make sure you're touching this point, the hairline, and these points here. And just stay there. And if that means rocking, fine. But breathe. Breathe in the count of 5. Breathe out the count of 5. And stay there, for God's sake. Get up. Whoa, bad. It can make you sick. So bad. You need to process those out. There's many ways to do that one. I have people sometimes that get caught up in it so bad they make an appointment just so they can, 15 minutes they can calm right now. Even less than that. Especially if they do social coaching. Protect the body. Your aura. What the hell's an aura? It's your space. It's your space. Stick out your arms. That's your space. Most of us are born that we weren't supposed to take up space, let alone breathe. Know your place. Well, here's the thing. When you're meant to be happy, instead of suffering, we're not hardwired for that, but we are convinced and told we have. Everybody's reality changes dramatically, however you want to put it. It happens. When I started to realize that as I'm trying to follow people's belief systems, they didn't even know what the hell they were talking about. I'm like, seriously? When they would tell me, well, if I can't do it, you can't. I'm like, well, if that person believed that when they were doing the 4-minute mile, they would have never broke it. How did we ever evolve? How did we ever evolve? Honest to God. Protecting that aura is very important. Now, I'm going to be talking about this week after week, adding new things, because this is endless talking. Let me tell you one thing. If I could reach through and muscle test, you would begin to feel how you respond. If somebody walks in the room and starts throwing their shit at you because they have nowhere else to go, and this part of your aura is down, you're going to feel very vulnerable more than you need to. If this part goes down, then all of a sudden you're going to get more paranoid and you're going to think their shit is your shit. And you're going to, oh my God, well, I got to take care of this shit. And it's like, oh my God. And the vibration of your body just starts going nuts. Just a simple thing of putting your finger in your forehead and your belly button, pushing and lift up. It may look stupid, but do it. Because if you haven't done it, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Fluffing your aura. Scoop, 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 peanut butter down. Scoop, scoop, scoop. You need to kick people out. How many times have I had people come into my face and I'm like, holy shit, this is my stuff. And the spirit goes, no, it's not. And I'm like, and I had to learn through experience. And so I started to do figure eights. Use your strength. Big figure eights. Why? Because inside of ourselves, there's figure eights energy. When I started to do that one, it was like, whoa, my thoughts are changing. And then I realized when I'm hearing the person spout out about their shit, I thought it was my shit. I agreed with them so much, I became this minion. I had lost my way. Connecting heaven and earth. Again, get energy moving, hands on thighs, breathing in and out. And then you start to bring your arms together and you just separate and push. Push up and down. And as you're looking up, you're pushing, bringing it all together, and you're doing it again. Do that several times, getting the air moving. All of a sudden, it's just an amazing, because you're now allowing that radiant energy to come into place. And sometimes you have to draw the radiant energies, and that's the connecting of the joy. Connecting of the joy helps keep the immune system strong. Disconnecting of the joy, support immune system is, where's my support? If your triple warmer is going nuts, it's the army to say something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. You go into fight, flight, freeze. If you just take and simply hold on to this, now this point back here is an amazing point, but if you point on that, you just start drawing it down, and you start making an X, what's happening is you're actually creating an interesting energy field. Comparison of how you feel, and then you do a tool, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's different. You're measuring. But if you can really measure it, what emotions are grabbing your ass and just throwing you around like you were just a piece of trash? And you had a tool to help resolve the chemical pep down to this. Erratic energy is from the liver meridian. And when erratic energy kicks in with the gallbladder meridian, kicks in with the spleen, kicks in with the stomach meridian, holy shit. Somebody that's going half whacked is going to knock you off your pedestal. They don't know how to own the energy that they have. And so when they bring it into the room, it just be this big bowling ball and you're just a pin. I've had to learn shit energy, and I'm like, there's nobody in here. And then I found out moments later that somebody just had a fight and they left their shit behind. That one threw me for a doozy. And I walked right in it and can take it on. And I'm like, but it's not mine. My immune system is constantly listening. Oh my God, impending doom. And if I'm constantly feeling sad or fearful, my immune system becomes to adaptation. Mob mentality is that you don't have to really hook in and to listen to your peers. To hook in, you got to learn to know thyself. When those emotions kick in and they begin to control you, and you don't know what's going on, you're going to get pretty much screwed. How to protect yourself. This is a Thursday show and it's all about healing. let me tell you, when the dead comes through from the other side, they know how to read my files. It's the first thing they're going to do is like, oh my God, can you help them heal? I have to put up with what's going on, that maybe there's some hope for you. So you get that immune system under control. You stimulate that vagus nerve to get you out of sympathetic. Oh, sympathetic's good. No, not for the nervous system. You want to go into rest and digest. That's the one that's going to save your body. Oh, there's a ton of free healing tools on my website. And feel like you have to be alone and you don't know what to do. Spleen and resolves the dampness, all of the mucus that begins to happen. It calms the spirit, causes you to calm down that anxiety, that excess of thinking, and that manic depression. It calms it down. Is cure all for everybody? No! Do you need to maybe check the polarity in it? Yes. Do you need to stimulate it more than one time? I touch the point, it's going to work. Yes, you're going to have to take and be serious about yourself. The one point. You want to get your spleen to work, but you want to get all the rest. This point here is the heart point. Sometimes just rubbing that while you're overthinking. Train's coming, got to get off the track, but you can't, so you yell and scream at that train, get the hell out of my way. This will help you calm down to get off the track. That little bone right down in front. Ooh, mine's sore. Oh, if it's sore, rub it. Oh, God, Lord, I'm going to cry. Oh, so that means that my spirit is not calm. Yeah, I got thrown off center. Yeah, I'm showing you on my rolls too. But anyway, rub that point. Okay, rub that point. Here's your bone right there. And then you can rub here. Just do that whole area. You get 2 spleen points. Come up here, rub this, not right next to it, but right here. There's your spleen point. Then you can go 4 fingers in from that bone, find another one. Let me tell you one that's a real doozy and a half on those particular points, because your energy is not moving. You can see that I've collected a bruise there. But you need to get going. Not just on one leg, you have to do the other. Help calm your spirit. Help try to get your spleen to start mothering the body instead of feeling that you're left crazy because you're going, oh my God, what's wrong with the body? Your body needs you. Let me tell you another one. I don't care how people think I'm crazy. On top of the cheekbones. Oh my God. Okay, so you get those rubbed in, tap them, collarbone. Find that little bump, fall into the hole. Okay, I got to get in there. Okay, I cannot show you on the outside, but that spot helps calm the emotion part too. Another point here. Okay, not here. See the line? No, you need to come under. Yeah, do both sides. Get in there. 4 thumbs. I gave you an extra one. That's 5. But get in there. You do that several times. These points start to kick in. Your body's immune system can start getting stronger. You're calming the physical. You're calming the spirit. Now you are sitting there empowering your soul. You're empowering your spirit. You're empowering, okay? The Wayne Cook posture. I can't tell you how many people feel flat. Myself. There's several different ways. The quickest way to do it sometimes is especially if you have just had an emotional fight, your spinal fluid, cross your ankles. Okay, so if I'm crossing my arms, holding up my knees like the same way, gonna cross it this way, this is how I'm gonna do my ankles. The only thing is that I have to turn my hands in. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it so much for my feet. Grab, pull it in. What did you do? Can you do this? Then you've done it. Breathe in. Straighten up that spine and breathe out. Now, here's the trick about blowing out. And you're going to help your diaphragm on this one. You have this thing. I can't get to it because of my bra. But right there is the core. Don't use your neck muscles. No. Right here. Right here. Sometimes you have to change your breathing. You have to carry it long. Sometimes, okay, so you're doing this and you're like, oh, and then you got to switch over, you know, good 7 times each. And then when you're all done, okay, not like this, not up here, in the middle. Hands apart, it's fine. Don't have to press, just relax, be a mirror. Breathe in and out, breathe in and out. Now I'll feel an energy shift because I've trained myself to pay attention to how to measure. But I'm still stressed. My thoughts haven't calmed down. Fine. You're going to breathe in. You're going to let it all out. You're going to take and suck that in. Hold your breath. And then when you did it right, it'll sound like that helps switch from sympathy to parasympathetic. There's a lot you can do. You do not have to suffer. There are so many more points. Now, if you get sick and you get stomach issues and stuff like this, stomach 36. If you can't see it on here, fine, type it in. Stomach meridian 36. You'll see it. The point is where you got the baby toe, go all the way up. You do 4 fingers from the bottom of your kneecap. Okay, similar to that. You're going to find that point, and then you're going to rub. Rub. Okay? And you're going to do a good 30 times on both sides. Okay? That one's a really good one. When I have throat things, I have to do it repetitively so that your body can get back online. But normally I will find out what emotions, what's going on. I will see if the body, has it picked up a virus? Has it done any of this? Has it? You know, what shield thing came down to the point where it made you vulnerable? You have any questions, email me. As soon as I'm done with this, we'll be taking expedites and we'll taking free reads. You feel like shit, even your simple EFT. Even though I feel like shit. Again, it's about measuring. People say, well, it don't work because you don't know how to measure. Okay? Lots of things you can do. You know, when I don't feel well, I take apple cider vinegar and lemon with a touch of honey, make it warm. And I'm sitting there rubbing my spleen points all over, you know, lung. Oh my God, let me tell you about how I have to repair my lung because that's the most vulnerable place on me. Under the thumb is the lung. I give that lung because that's a source point. That is a pooling of energies. And you rub that good, that energy will shoot right to that lung first and then to the lung meridian. And again, it's both sides under the thumb. Then I go up to at least 2 fingers. That's not quite how many. 2 fingers. And it's this point right here. Oh, lung 7. And if that, you need that, it's just, you need to rub it. Just rub it. Get in there. Another one, come to the crick. I'm going to tell you, do and rub. Because when you get up to here, you're going to do heart and lung and large intestine right in there. And you get in there and rub. And if you have any coughing issues, damn, that's going to. You're like, but it didn't immediately take care of it. Well, Jesus, you didn't just get it. It was accumulation. Your body, depending on your style of how your body functions and what you're thinking and what you're doing and the amount of chemical peptides that are still running, dumping, you get in there. You're trying to help your body not to lose it. Shit. You're trying to help the body. I'm here. It's communicating all the time. There's a lot of things you can do. Now, I realize I went over my 25 or 30 minutes that I normally do. And that's okay because it's my show. I think you guys are worth it, the information. Hopefully you do too. Now I'm double checking to make sure that if anybody's paid, then we'll go. There's a lot more stuff I could talk about, but I cannot get over the fact that that mob mentality about ran me over. I didn't feel well. I was like, what the hell? I tried really hard to change. And then I realized, hold on, I need to calm my spirit. Here's the other thing before we go any. I watched how my energy leaves, goes to people. I literally had, and I'm going over there. Oh my God, I'm starting to think that's the truth. And I'm so lost that I started creating the chemical peptides that I was trusting that was the truth. That's it. Spirit says, consider the source. Get your energy back here. Get in here, woman. Consider the source. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, hand on my forehead. Oh my God. I called my spirit back and everything started to change. And then I imagined that I was lost. I didn't have to get lost. It was quite an amazing feeling. Now, again, tons of other things I can teach you. No. But at the same time, I understand. I mean, I used to put up with headaches until Spirit says, well, why don't you just ask me? Okay. Well, ask me what meridian's out. I go, what's going on with my meridians? So glad you asked. How about if you rub this source point, this one, do this point, and I'll show you how to measure, and I'll show you how they all work. I mean, I always have the same two go to some degree, but it's having to let go of the ego lesson. It's having to let go of the value systems you created as a child at one point, because it gave me back my mom, even if it's only for 10 minutes. But I did this as a child, not as an adult, but yet the ego program was still running after all these years. It was based on the fact is that I like attention. I want my mommy's attention. You just don't know. Okay? You just don't know. There's lots and lots of healing tools. Okay, so we have somebody that's paid. Now,
and I don't know what's going on. People have emailed me, but I'm not, the only email I have is from Patty.
All righty. So as I look upon the screen, it's MWS, Medicine Woman Solution for you at dr.com. MWS. Something is going on. Now, I can't access this without screwing up my machine. Oh, Jesus. Huh?
Oh, kitten's deciding to put claws into my sore leg.
Again, pay for myself. Somebody is emailing stuff in and they can't seem to get through. So we have, I'm going to have Amy, you're going to have to send me the password. So as soon as she has that, I'm going to figure out what is going on. Everything is a question. You know, why would Spirit do this? What would happen? What do we do? It's not about blaming. It's finding out what the energies are saying. What is going on? Okay? Again, as soon as I receive that, we will go from there. I'm not sure why this is happening. So, like I said, Sam has paid, which means, as you know, he's going to tap in and he's going to want me to help you heal. Where are you stuck? What ego program's running? What emotion could be interfering? Any of that stuff. Okay. So again, just waiting for Amy to help me out, and we'll go from there. Gotcha. Yeah. Capital letters are important, correct?
Just the first one, I believe.
All right, let's see. please try again. Getting permission to do certain things, that depends on what you're doing. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I do understand. Sometimes numbers and letters is screwed up. How many times does it take to get? Well, you can do what ego has always done, and that is lose your stuff. Lose it. Or you can learn the difference between the two mindsets and learn how to not lose it, learn how to process, learn how to go into a space where you can. Okay, the reason I can't access it, I think, is because AIM is in Minnesota and I'm in South Australia, and therefore it's probably thinking I'm a criminal. Okay, Spirit. That's fine. I'll do it the hard way. I'll just do it the hard way. It's just the way it's been all morning, and I am not going to have, I can't seem to heal it just yet. So that means I have to learn from this ego lesson. So, Brenda, let's do it the hard way. Yes, you can heal out physical pain. If it is acute, the faster it goes, the chronic it is, a few more sessions, and you have to begin to understand. I'm going to just make it. Sir, do you want to get on and do the video? Your choice, your call. Your call of how you want it done. Oh, what do you know? I got more than one. Again, waiting to find out how, and we're going to do this because as we're talking, like this, please. Okay, so I'm going to ask the Father to be present. You're going to call him in. Yes, he's already here. I happen to see him representing in my right eye right now, and I don't know why he's choosing one eye to be very particular in, but let me find out. Are you choosing this for a reason? Yes. It is how she looks towards herself, how she sees herself. And so she's been doing this for how long? Since she was 4. No. I heard the word baby girl. I'm seeing pink and white stripes. So at that age, somebody scorned you. What you did then towards yourself to be able to, is that what have I done wrong? A little bit, sorry. Towards yourself, you panic when you're about ready to do something. All right, isn't it a particular part of the body? It is in one of the locations. It is in the eyes. You have panic. You see with panic. You see with panic. Oh, I get you. Turn on the darn thing. See with panic. Which eye? The right eye. Okay, see, this is where I would tell you you'd want to come on and we would want to pull that certain amount of self-abuse that you have to do. And that is within the family. Somehow it's my fault within the family. Somehow it's just like this. And you can talk to her. What is it that you want her? What do you want to say? You're not proud of yourself. I'm very proud of you. You may not think you're anything to be proud of, but I just love the fact that when you smile, there are times that you just feel like you want to disconnect. You should, because you're still scorning yourself. There is a particular pattern. As you begin to stand your ground, it doesn't seem like it can be firm. So do you lose your footing and you stand ground, but you just feel, and he says you're going back to when you're 4. Exist in all things. Everything is made up of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. Sometimes you got to tap into that part of yourself. He keeps pointing out, understand that that towards herself, she rejected something towards herself. What did she reject? She rejected her own love. He says, ask her, can you say I love myself when you look in the mirror and say, I love you? Can you do that? Muddled instability. Muddled instability. That means the stability starts to get shaken. What happens? What happens to that stability? She says no. Well, it's time to wake up to a particular pattern. Do you see panic? Do you see panic? Do you panic? Answer that, because I can't go quick because of he doesn't want to lose you. He says that sometimes you go through the dark night of the soul where it's just repetitive thinking and you feel like you're in hell and you can't get out. And the repetitive thinking then makes you feel more lost because you're like, I don't know how to get out of it. No, I can't do that. But I can tell her this. Sam, I can't remember the last time we've talked and all of this, but he says that you're not willing to heal yourself because there's a part of you that can't forgive yourself because you think that no matter what, this is what I have to do to myself. You have not been able to forget that first moment that you saw disapproval from him. And he says it shook you, that you become a bully to your own self. You felt that loss of that approval. And just keeps going over and over, and you feel like you're just inefficient. So again, if you were just to say, okay, if I'm going to take my depths in my moments, I'm going to take my left wrist and I'm going to line up 1, 2, 3 fingers. And with my third finger, I'm going to put my finger there. And then you're going to keep it nice and soft. Point a finger in the palm, 3 fingers in the back, and you're just going to hold these particular points. And you're going to allow yourself to drift in to that feeling state. Again, make an appointment might be better or something like that. And what you do is it'll tell you, oh, I'm looking at my father giving me disapproval right now in my left eye. Give it a color and a number. Then you're going to sit there and hold that point and switch eyes. And then you're going to look through just that eye, and then you're going to get the color and the number. And then you're going to keep doing that back and forth until they're both 0. And what you'll notice is that your heart, how you can't cope. And you're going to do it in that fashion. And I said, okay, then what? To let go of that pain. It's okay to do that. I'm doing fostering now, and I would like to know where he's happy with me for when that. Just answer that question, please, Spirit. There's a lot of trust issues with this one, but it is more that you stay real and consistent and not push and overdo. And you are showing this is how we identify our emotions, or this is how we heal it, or this is how I'll sit here and listen to you, giving back. Your father says you have to let go of that fear, that expectation of that outcome, because that's all you're going to want to see. And he said, and so the question is he happy with me doing that? Are you happy with her doing the fostering? Has peaceful resolutions. So I'm assuming yes. He says, but don't do it because I think you want it. Do it because of what it can give you. Yes, do it because of what it gives you. Gives you that particular love. Gives you that particular way to open that heart again. It's like watching The Odd Life of Timothy Green. You watch that, you'll see. Since we apparently don't have email, did you really write some names down so that I can have a guess?
Yeah, I did. And I'm going in to change the password so that, yeah. See if that helps.
All right, so
Patty.
Does she want to do the healing for the physical, or does she want just normal?
Just anything.
Okay. Patty. You do need to open that heart, and you need to have fun, explore, do that, or any of this stuff. And I'm hearing that you have to live. It's time for you to live, and it's time to start opening back up again. And that maybe if even it's just on the chemistry level, you let it happen, because there's allow you to have romantic feelings on a deeper level. As long as you're clear of what's really going on with what's happening, you can stay optimistic and enjoy your life. Now, if you bring someone in and you have to do what you said you have to do, that could interfere. Well, guess what? Have a heart-to-heart conversation with anybody, and sometimes people will tell you that if you're so tied with the ex to some degree, you should wait until you move forward with people by finishing that off. And I would agree to some degree, because you need closure, and you have to have that energy to move forward, to invest in your life. But sometimes you need to take, and you can experiment with life. Doesn't mean you have to be with those people. Just experiment with life, come back, do what you got to do, and on from there. Remember, it's not your job to save, because sometimes people have to learn how to be on their own 2 feet. If you were dead. All right, who's on the next on the list?
Danny.
And anything particular?
She said just general.
Their polarity is frozen. What does that mean? It just means that the energies are not moving. It's kind of like you need the energies to move forward and backward and work like a well-oiled machine. When I asked Spirit, why is that happening? They said, well, it's a habit, extreme habit. And you've had to put your defenses up so many times, because they said part of what you have to let go of is hearing how people talk and the way they do. It is, how do you want to put it? They do it in a way that gaslights to work you, so they can get that information. And when they work you, and if you're done being worked, and you're done being played, and you know that they're gaslighting, you know that they're trying to maneuver you to do whatever, and they don't give you credit for certain things. But you have to start believing in yourself. You have to start believing in yourself, because if you really don't have that foundation, people are going to work you. Taking and being defensive has been a habit, because you've had people come to you, and it ends up boiling down to, I have this awkward feeling. They said whole L1D, because what happens is when you feel it, you exacerbate it, because the blood starts pumping, things start to move, and you have to get defensive. You have to prepare yourself, because you have been worked over so many times. You start healing the awkwardness, then it can stop taking and hitting the trigger. And they said you got to remove it from the heart. So hold L1D. Who's next?
Angela Allen.
I don't know. I just know it's in the ankle area. The ankle area, they're saying that a lot of times your spirit cannot calm down, and it needs to be calmed down. The left side seems to be more off than the right. Yes. Okay, so with that, we need to balance those out. And they're saying that the spleen is off. And yes, they want that done. What else? They want to balance it out. So where's the loop points? Okay, so Angela, because your left foot is your left side of your body, it's like split right down the middle. Here's your left and here's your right, and they're not communicating. And because they're not communicating, I'm just some cards. Oh, there goes a deck. Anyways, you're going to find Here's your bump, okay? And you come out and you go forward. You need to rub here, and then you need to find your bump and come right here. So here's one, and here's one. And they're probably about, we need to calm your spirit. We need to get both sides of the body to get balanced. Okay. The energies, the reason why they seem to be off is that it has to do with a particular pain. Okay, and it happens to be an emotional pain. The emotional pain that seems to throw it off is that there's a lure. Here's some candy, Angela. And then they lure you in, and then they strike. So a part of you wants to accept praise, but you have praise equals you're going to get bitten. And so the emotional pain that really needs to be addressed and taken care of is the low self-esteem. And so yes, so Angela, if you're going to take care of that low self-esteem, they want you to first start off in R1S, right wrist first position, nice and soft, because they said that it's about the childhood experience that you can't get rid of, and you're going to get rid of it on another layer. Oh, another. Okay, so you started to remove some of it. We have to go deeper now. So what you have to do is that you notice that when erratic energies, okay, people do what they do, push in and do whatever, or in this case, lure you in and then pull bullshit on you, your energies will start kicking off, and that creates you to then doubt, go into low self-esteem. If you were to hold R1S and you think about how that erratic sit there and, hey, I'm going to give you all this praise. You can tell it's going to overpower you. Then you go to L2S, left wrist, second position, nice and soft. All right, so the next person that's up is that Lori?
Yep.
There's a lot of shame that you have to put towards yourself. At one point, you were deeply mortified. Was it yours? Yes, it was directly at you. Shame on you for doing that. And the idea of how shame comes across from people apparently has gone inside of you, that in order to make sure you don't ever do that again, you shame yourself. And you turned the mirror to yourself and said, shame on you. And so this begins this interesting self. So when you go and have to interact with others and your love is unreceived, it won't hurt as much, if that makes any sense. And so how you need to realize is this habit. If it is so true, then you need to begin to become aware that there's a habit, an ego habit. That is going to be what you're going to have to learn how to address and overcome. But you got to see the ego habit of how the energies dance. You said, I don't ever want to feel like the it dissolved. All right. Next person is Pilly, and she said anything. When it comes to you, Pilly, my love, you're still doing the indecisiveness. She says, but notice it's worry. She says, your body does these particular patterns. There is the kidney meridian and the large intestine. Those two seem to keep playing around a lot. So your body will feel a certain way. You'll act a certain way. These things will happen. They said in the kidney story, it's about, I have to feel small. It's like you have to put yourself in a position of feeling small. And what happens there is that you're going to allow yourself to diminish who you are. Can hide, can make sure nobody sees me. And they said, you know, it's like you have to get rid of, I've had a rejection, I've experienced rejection, and I don't like it. So therefore, I'm going to reject myself into that reality, and I'm going to stay over here. Mama says, baby girl, time. It's time. You're done. And she says, you have to become aware of your habit. She says, and once you do, then you can come back on and ask Brenda how to heal it. Well, not nice of her. Something about awkwardness energy. Miss Jennifer F. Now, I'm assuming that nobody, you know, we don't know because we can't receive your email. You let me know. Jennifer F. Now, Amy, why are you trying
Yes.
are you trying to access it on your computer or your phone?
I've got it up on the computer. I've got it on my phone, and it ain't happening. I don't know.
And you have the right email? Again, we're stopping just for a moment for whatever particular reason Spirit has me doing this. I have no idea. Now, understand why to say.
I think you're going Southern Grandma on us a bit there.
Well, I don't know who she is, but she's here then, apparently. He was not aware of that. Doggone you. She's like, well, she wouldn't have never found out if you didn't say nothing, Amy. I would have heard it later. Amy, have you tried changing the password?
It wants me to do a whole bunch of crap.
Sites just for a moment. So,
Okay.
So in your recovery password, it is going to go to your one of your main ones, correct?
It goes to my phone.
That tells me squat. That's fine. We will not deal with it then. I'm going to double check. We have a medicine STOBAUS. Whoever you are, we will go to you because it's an expedite. That's why Spirit's been holding just for a moment. Wherever you are, we're going to look for you. You have a choice of coming onto the show. Or you can do it like this. Now, you're not going to get as much out of it if you came onto the show. Ah, there she is. All right, how do you want to do it, Madison? Miss Madison. Okay, Miss Madison. Well, we could blame it on the retrograde, but it's more something else. Like to come on the show and connect with people on the other side. Excellent. How you do this, you make sure you have the Zoom room. If you have the Zoom room, then what's going to happen is you type in that number. You'll say join, and you're going to type in that number, 121-893-288. Who in the heck is here? So as we wait for her, we'll take that next person. Oh, Danny's the one that knows. Oh, well, heck if I know what's going on. How do I do Zoom room? You go to Zoom, and you sit there and you download Zoom. It only takes a few seconds, or you do a Zoom app. It depends on your phone, depends on where you're going. And once you do the Zoom app, again, don't take long, then you go ahead and you say join a meeting. Is that who I was doing next? Was Jennifer?
Donna Lou. After
Jennifer. Say it again.
Jennifer and then Donna Lou.
Miss Jennifer, here we go. There is seems to be a lot of stuff going on up in here into the nose area. There is these two energy points on the side. I'd like you to feel them and tell me if they hurt. What happens is also, let me feel. That's not bad energy here and here and here. Just something to do with the large intestine, the way it is. Amy, give her a timestamp. There seems to be a certain pain. So Jennifer, just real quick, where is your pain? Even if you say you don't have it, that's fine. Pattern that keeps coming up. And I'm watching how this energy here. No, not at all. Okay. Then we may have to come back to Jennifer. All right, here we go. Madison, you made it. Go over to the gallery. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
Okay, so tell me what you would like. You said you want to talk to somebody?
Yes, please.
Okay, anybody in particular?
I know from a previous reading that there was 2 people who come through, so either one of them, please.
Well, now you got 5 people here. No, I'm not sure. I just keep seeing a lot of diamonds. All of a sudden, I don't know. And now there's
an animal, but
do you see her? Is it a queen? I mean, do you feel like is it a she?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like she's very important?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, once I see that, then they're saying that, Wow. Okay. So you have that animal now. What kind of animal is it? Actually, I feel like 2, but the one that you see yourself, the reason why I'm asking is because they're looking and they said that they've been watching how somebody's been manipulating you.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So whoever the animal, whatever it is,
yeah,
they communicate from one side to the other. I find that very fascinating. Yeah. And they said that there are a lot of times you're beginning to feel awkward. And then they go, that's when you start to get manipulated.
Yeah.
And, oh, God. And then it starts to affect my teeth, which means there's some type of indecisiveness. They said there's a particular habit. Now, I don't know what you are. It just looks like a big ball of fluff just walked into the room. I have no idea what the big ball of fluff is, but they do talk to me in charades. So that's what we're going to do. A big ball of fluff just walked in and lives through you. No, she lives through pain. She lives through pain. She lives through a big, do you even know what this is?
I think it's a dog that's passed on.
Well, it's Fluffy.
Yeah.
I'm like, where is the dog if that's all the hair? It's like Fluffy. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, you were lured in. You were lured. So we just have no people today? Okay, hold on. We just got animals for some reason. She was lured in. What age are you returning to? You're saying that 18. There was something to do with what you did towards yourself.
Okay.
You took something in, pointed it to yourself, but what do you mean by lured in? So what happens when people give you, do people know how to work it?
Yeah, when someone gives me a compliment, I kind of feel like it's a, passive aggressive thing.
Okay. And I got to paw up. So I'm assuming that's because whatever it was that happened to you at 16 becomes this filter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time to start to heal some of that pain out. I'm in.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going to believe that one. Okay. Well, I'll say it. I'll say the symbol. The symbol is a snake is here, this interesting snake here. And as I'm looking at this snake, I'm saying, well, what do you got to do with it? Well, we just don't. What do you know what a snake? Do you have a snake? What is this thing about a snake? Okay. I'm looking at this snake. What is the symbol of? And it's like, this is who you feel and trust the most are the animals.
Yeah.
And then there's a person over here that says, oh, are they shy? Watching you go through some really sad times.
Yeah.
And they said that they're sorry that they can't be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a question? You have a question? Oh, God. They go, when are you going to trust again? What happened to you at 16 had hit you really hard.
Mm-hmm.
You have somebody glowing over there that looks like a grandma. Now, interestingly enough, now she looks young. Was your mother young looking or something? Because she does. She does? Yes. Okay. Now it looks like a mirror. So who did you look like the most? Who do you look like the most outside of the family?
My mom's side.
Okay, then that's probably why I'm getting the word mother. So whoever you look like the most.
Female that I would know on the other side.
Well, sometimes that's one reason they don't usually come forward is because a lot of times these are souls that have traveled with you the mother's line that you look like. Doesn't mean per se that is a dead person from the mother's side. They are pointing out that, they're pointing out that an epigenetic thing is through the line is that you all had to learn how to deal with what's right and what's wrong. And because it's like the woman's place. And she says, that you don't have to do that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's time to break that chain because somehow it was like everybody had to obey. Not you.
Yeah.
And you know it.
Yeah.
So sorry, they are all saying about what happened to you. Mm-hmm. Again, they're not telling me what it is. They just said they're sorry. Now, they said when you're 18, you started to get your balls back. Okay, I'm glad what'd I do? Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
What's that?
I have no idea what happened there. But anyway, got your balls back. You guys are funny. But anyway, so you start getting your strength back, I take it. You started to take and put down the law. There are times, do you still go into hystericalness?
Yeah.
Okay. What is this? A plate full of food? Do you use food as a way to comfort? No? Yes or no?
No.
No. So
kind of the opposite, yeah.
Okay, because we have this plate here, silver platter, and then food was on it, and then food disappeared. Now, I don't know what that means, except for the fact is that when silver platter people come up to you, they will offer you everything, but then they'll be mean as shit. Is that true? Have you had people do that? Be silver platter people?
Not really that I can remember, but I kind of feel like I know what that's referring to.
Okay.
Like it's the opposite of like overeating. Like when I'm upset, I just stop. You know what I mean?
Okay, maybe that's why the food. And so basically, it's there for you, but it's really not really good for you. So something how it's not. So that whatever that pattern is. Mm-hmm. And they said what happens is that there are times this will occur because you can't get that love in return.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you like finger food?
No, but I know what that is.
Oh, good. Because they're making this finger food. And then they said there's some type of comfort you get with that. Do you know what I mean? Like whoever, just think about this just for a moment. Like I like the smell of bread because it reminds me of grandma, which equals the fact that I was safe.
Yeah.
So somehow something here with food is that it's about remembering something so you don't lose your shit. Now, do you have a love-hate relationship with food?
Yeah.
Ah, so this is why half the platter disappears. So it's a love-hate.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. The dog says if you feel petrified, then you won't touch food. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, and you will do it long periods of time?
Yeah.
And then that dog says, hey, it's up for grabs. That's what I heard. So, meaning, oh, interesting. Have you had people concerned about that?
Yeah.
Because they say, and they'll like, they're coming in and they'll give you a plate of food. Well, you didn't touch anything, honey. Okay. And that makes sense because yeah. Okay, so one of the things, all right. I don't know why you're licking me. You're just super excited. When you're ready to do whatever it is you need to do, because you obviously have a lot of your strength back. They're saying that you have a lot of your strength back, and that filter needs to go, and that whatever the incident occurred needs to start being dissolved out of you, which they says that you will be stronger. Did you take a self-defense course? Or do you need to?
I used to.
Going to be moving forward in such an incredible way that you're going to be okay. But it's when you go into those little hysterical moments. And I know what I can do to help your body, to help yourself. But the first thing I would tell you is if you start to feel that way, just start doing this, putting your hand right like this. You need to calm that point down. You need to get the blood back up. And you need to train your body not to go there. See you standing in front of a campus or something, meaning something to do with education.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you're supposed to start educating people on something, safety, security, or something? There's something about you got a
I'm
voice.
about to start a job in alcohol and other drug rehabilitation.
Yeah. That's why you're starting to get your family member on, like you asked that question, the answer is yes. Yeah, right there. Now, I don't know what long red blonde hair. I don't know if because see, they don't ever come across the way they're supposed to. But it's the idea is that it's long. That you used to see this person kind of like shining, like they shine. There's some how you felt about them. And that's also what that represents.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes you do feel guided because all of a sudden I feel like you'll get like little notes or little signs, little things.
Yeah.
That's from them, just to let you know. And so, yeah, you are on the right path. Do you feel sometimes you lay in bed and you get a dog snuggling up?
Yeah, I've got a dog here.
Oh, your toes get licked?
Yep.
Yep, that's how do I get your attention? That's what he says. Well, thank you very much for coming on. And now, anybody else has paid? I better check.
I got a few emails that came through.
Oh, probably the people we already talked to. All right, so we're good there. All right, getting back to who is next.
Donna Lou. I did not receive the email, but she was on my list next.
Donna Lou. You know what's funny is I'm having this pain in my neck. So who's the pain in your neck? Who is this person that literally is a pain in your neck? It's like you can't. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, did it again. Oh, it feels like my neck has grown. What the hell is that about? Okay, this is very interesting. Now all of a sudden it's like it's not my neck. So Donna Lou, that's what I was just doing was you. Anything for me, please? I can't remember what I just said. So somebody's a pain in the neck. So Donna Lou, hopefully you just heard what I said. Because it says that when this person is in your space, it's like not only are a pain in your neck, but you can't even be yourself. It's like, yeah, that's a very interesting energy. It's like, here we go again. And so then you learn to just, because you can't, apparently this must be family. And, go from there. you're controlled by criticism, meaning there are certain words that they know if they say just right, you'll leave them alone, and that's what they wanted. Okay. When it comes to Jennifer F, apparently I did not do her, and because Spirit has praise be to sympathetic people. Why? Because sometimes when you can have empathy towards somebody, you can have this compatibility, and you can feel. So they said hooking up with people that get you, understand you, can really help you grow tremendously. Got you, but then they turn fanatical. It's like they have a dog with a bone they can't let go, and they're going to jam that particular thing till it's like they can't stop. They can't stop thinking about it. They can't stop. And they said that it kind of discouraged you. There's something about discouraged, because all of a sudden, now we're going back to Donna, even though I said Jennifer F, but it's that pain in the neck. So somehow for you, it's like you can't get that. I can't tolerate. That's the word we're looking for. You kind of hit the point where I can't tolerate energetically. So look at that. So both you women are going in kind of like sharing this particular energy. You're not together, and I don't, but the point is you know this particular energy that seems to jump and affect you. Whereas in Donna, it is hysterical people. So there is a difference between petrified and hysterical. And yeah, why are you showing me these two together? Because they both have similar habits without realizing it. And then it causes both of you to undue worry. So are you worrying for things that you don't know? Is that true? That's probably why they held off on that. Because of me, because I'm trying to get it balanced. Okay. Interestingly enough, knowing this, you can begin to start catching yourself. You can begin to EFT out. You can put your hand on your forehead. You can change a few things. Anxious people, yes. Find your, oh my God, it really affects your digestive system. Oh my God, Jennifer says yes too. Holy crap. But what's funny is that Jennifer, it feels like my urinary bladder, and for Donna Lou, it feels like my digestive system. Why are we too? It's both of you. What you did towards yourself is that. Don't take offense to this. You both laid down and take it. That's not. I mean, that's a terminology to help you understand what was really being said. But what it is that it's not that you did take and turn around and lay down and take it. It is, what the fuck are you supposed to do with it? That's what happens, because it kind of bulldozes you like you know what a steamroller is, and it just comes in nice and slow, but it just kind of flattens the F out of you. Okay. What do you want them to do? You keep talking about those two because it's pain, and they can feel it. It feels like shards. It feels like somebody has cut them. When you feel it, when you feel this anxiousness, when you feel this, it comes in like shards. Well, that makes sense. And they said the biggest one for the both of you is love unreceived. The moment you try to communicate and you feel this love unreceived, because it's like, oh, no, don't speak. It's all about me. It's all about me. And you're like, and you're trying to show love to, no. But that's interesting. It's both of you. Okay, you used to, but not now. Very good. You want to know what that means? It means the roots are still there, and you need to get those old feelings out. Because even if you consciously don't have it here and you've changed the habit, your energy cord from the first 3 chakras is still going to go out and draw shit like this to continue to happen until you pull it out by the roots. Your body's consciousness needs it taken out. You can get it gone out of your head all you want. And you can, because when you chronologically age, yeah, you'll hurt anybody's feelings, because I am not. I like my own accent. But good God, somebody's trying to come through. Whew. Okay. So we have an expedite, Linda Love. Is that right? Let me just double check. Miss Linda, do you want to come on to the show? Oh, Lord. If you want to come in, you download Zoom or get the Zoom app. And then you join the room by typing in that number and you can come on. Holy mothers. Okay, yes, Linda. I have received it. Looks good. You have to decide how you say it. I don't need any of that. Reset.
I love you, Brenda.
Oh, thank God somebody does. Yes, what? Oh! Would you like to come on? Linda wants to come live. Yay! Okay, we'll wait for her. Now, did you see that somebody else wanted to come in and that was Antoinette? But the point is that she didn't pay. So, and I don't know what happened to him. I just remember seeing that and then I didn't see it because when you're in the waiting room, it's dark.
David says your cameras have gone funny. You're blurry.
Oh, that might be to you. How's everybody else seeing me?
You look fine to me.
Might look mighty fine. Oh, see, now, did you see that? That there was just blurred just 2 seconds because the spirits, y'all need to get behind or stand over there with that. Oh, I still have Fluffy Dog here. Use this dog. I'm sorry. Okay, if I could pick it up. It's a big ball of fluff. Don't turn it upside down. Apparently, this is the correct way. And it's got this teeny tiny feet with this teeny tiny face, but this big ball of fluff. I mean, I could pick it up and just go, ooh, I gotta put powder on my face. It's just funny. Anyway, clear. I find that interesting. Hey, you know, I realized it was my David. Hello, David.
You're on one of my devices.
Oh, here we go. Yay. And here we take off. Well, hello. Oh, I don't know what this up with the southern voice. That's not who I am, but maybe we'll get an interesting idea if this has anything to do with Linda. Hi. Well, I can hear you. No, okay, hold on. Yes and no. So we will have to have you turn down the volume because I can hear myself. And we'll have to have you look in the camera so that you can see I'm over here. Nope, didn't hear you.
Is it okay?
Oh, a little bit. Yes. Okay, that's fine. How would you like me to help you? Gotcha. Okay, so you may have to turn down the volume just a little bit. I hear laughter. Oh, okay. So also, I can hear the feedback. So yeah, because I can hear that 30 seconds to a minute. All right, here we go. So if you have anybody in particular in mind, think of them now so they will come through because it just makes it easier that way. I have somebody coming through that's like has very much erratic energy. It's like there's this big ball of anxious, a big ball of I got to get the message. I got to get this message through. I got to get this message through. It's just like boom, 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 boom. It is like habits. And then that's just the habit. This is who I am. This is what it is. So be it. And it's like, can't change things. You can't change things. Okay, somebody's coming through with a very erratic energy. And it's like, okay, would you like to say anything? We have 4 people with us. Okay, so you're the representative of the 4 people. Any animals? So I don't get, okay, good, 4. Getting like that for? Because I don't think you can hear me. I can hear you. There's somebody that had carried a lot of anguish. I swear to God, they got all masks on. This one over here has an anguish face. This one over here is very hyper and not calming down. One is very heartbroken. No, wait, did you develop the heartbreak after you left? No, it's before you left. Are you the anguish? No, you're the third one. Heartbroken. So is she doing that to herself? She's doing something towards herself. Okay, obviously, what is she doing towards herself? Now, see, they're saying she doesn't know that. Oh, so she's doing a behavior she doesn't know? Well, give me something she can grab. Self what? Do you put yourself in overwhelm?
If I'm overwhelmed,
Yeah, overwhelmed. Do you feel overwhelmed sometimes, or do you think too much and you cause yourself to go into overwhelm?
yeah, I have anxiety and depression.
Okay, so is that what you're referring to? Yes, but she wears many masks. She wears many masks. Is that why you're all wearing your mask? And you haven't gotten over it. And that, hence, because you couldn't cope, it shows up as suppressed particular emotions. Your body starts to silently brood, and then you go to feel irrelevant, and then you go into an arrested development, which then puts you in the state of petrified. Wow. And then puts you into, are you aware of what happened at 4?
I know that I brought some things out, some abuse.
Okay. Your body, again,
What happened?
because we have this delay, I'm not quite sure how to hear. Do you feel awkward at times?
Yeah.
Okay, understand that when you get into a certain state, it starts to jumpstart you to go down the road. When I ask about depression, and they said, well, you were scorned, and it becomes your identity, and you say, what did I do wrong? So do you say, what do I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What do I do now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I almost lost my life.
So your 4-year-old self keeps repeating this. It said the 4-year-old says, I'm stuck. And then the pattern of how I go through all this and try to get out, I get back to being petrified, and I have to suppress that moment. The suppressing causes you not to be able to move past and get out of that state. So at 4 years old, again, it has to do with what to withdraw. Okay. And I said, well, was it physical, mental? It was more of an emotional aspect, because you were determined to communicate, and you were in alarm. You were in a state of alarm. And now they're showing me, like, for instance, it's not as bad as you think. Let's say the scenario is that your mom had to go to work, and you as a 4-year-old couldn't understand it. You just know that you wanted something to occur and it couldn't occur. And therefore you felt that your mother might have had to say something to, get you to shut up so she could leave. But it hurt. It emotionally hurt. And the emotional pain that you got from her at that time was that she had to become the enemy. And that crushed you.
Yeah.
And you're wondering, where did that... And as I'm feeling this, is your mom here or on the other side?
Yeah, no, she's here. She's got borderline personality disorder. So
okay, well, that must... Is the gram over here because there's somebody that looks like you?
No, she's hot.
Okay, well, in order for you to get over it, there's a part of you that had to put yourself into what's called indifference, to not feel, to make yourself indifferenced. And because you had to go to that extreme of all of those emotions, because you got to the point where you couldn't change it. And what happens to a child is that when that energy feels like it's severed, the thoughts go wild, emotions go wild, and they can't calm themselves down to the point where all of a sudden you have to do something. And according to your body, suppressed it to the point where you didn't want to feel it. And depression was the only thing that you could think. But the anxiety creeps up. Now, here's an interesting about the anxiety. Is your body wants to stay. The body's consciousness says, I recorded that moment as depression. But the anxiety, now, let's see, you put it towards yourself. You did it again. You did it again, Linda. That's where it is, towards the self.
Yeah,
okay. And then you're not sure how to get yourself out of that. And then you suppress it again. So they said that you're stuck in a cycle. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with depression, because you've had it for very long, it becomes a chronic state of habit in the energetic field, which means we would slowly pull you out by helping you to like we probably want to work with the inner child. And so that you, once I teach you how to begin to heal yourself, you can go in and communicate, and we can talk to the inner child to help her deal with that pain and the way that she was processing. Okay. And then slowly get to the point. And some people can go relatively fast. Some people may like hold this and keep that energy into your space. Because if you're doing the empathic thing, you are checking to see, can I love yet? Can I check? And what happens is it draws that energy in and makes it worse, because on top of being an empath, you now website, and you need to do connecting heaven and earth, because you need to get your energies to be more clear. Holy shit, somebody at work sucks you dry. I'm sorry. This is not on the website, but it will be on the video. You need to do peanut butter. There's somebody, I don't know where you work or what you do, but holy mother, there's somebody in particular. And literally somebody over here is in my face saying they're in your face and there is this. And I'm like, okay, so you need to break the cord with them almost every time. Now there's little, but when you get...
Could this be family?
Oh, probably. It could be that too. Extremely in your face. Okay, so peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of the things I'm going to highly recommend you do it to anybody from care. If you're 50 miles away, you're going to end up becoming them, and you will like, where did I go? You won't know it, okay? Because you're still looking for that love, that moment that 4-year-old's looking for. So first of all, you're just going to say, I'm going to scoop your aura. And now you're going to imagine that you can make it into a ball. Okay. And then you're going to go at the top and you're going to spread it like peanut butter in their aura. That's your shit. Take it all back. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to scoop it again. Sometimes the ball will get bigger, maybe smaller. And if you get really good at it, you'll start feeling electrical crap, bullshit here. You literally can start naming it. And then you're going to say, oh, peanut butter. Never put your hands together. Just finish up. Okay. Finish up, scoop up. Now, see, this one's an oddball freaking shape. It's like a figure 8. It's really weird looking. And then I'm doing this for you right now so that you can separate whoever that person is. You'll begin to know really good. This is weird shape. Anyways, you get to the top, peanut butter all the way down, and you say, it's yours. And then the energy splits. Okay. And then just say my name and say your name 3 times to reclaim yourself. All right. But yeah, you need to cut some cords big time and then heal that little child. Okay. Thank you for coming in. I would appreciate that. And I'm thankful. So hopefully you understood everything I said, and just remember the website, put .weebly at the end of that, and you should be able to find everything that and if you don't know, just say, what was that called? Yeah, apparently I've done peanut butter before, because Billy says, yeah, peanut butter. Yeah, I got to get that one up. I literally need to get the peanut butter up. That's the only way I can call it, because it looks like peanut butter, especially when you touch their stuff. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Oh, whoops. Find the remote here. It's not a remote. It is a mouse. It goes squeak, squeak. I'll tell you. Finding the right one. All right, double checking. Make sure that nobody else has, paid for the expedite. We'll look. Miss Ames, while I'm looking. Oh, there is a Cynthia Harris. Cynthia Harris. Do you know which room she's in? No, I don't either. Cynthia Harris, wherever you are, my love, if you choose to want to do it like this, understand I will do my best. We have a delay. You can get on. You just have to do the Zoom app, zoom.com, whatever it is. You download it, and then you type in this particular number, okay? Join room, type in the number. Let us know how you want to do it. And yeah, any feedback. If you feel that I have helped you in any way, please recommendations, feedback on my page would be great. Share the video, talk about it, get it out there. We want to empower people to become stronger. And while we're waiting for Cynthia Harris, Amy, who's next? Deep unrequited love. Where's my chemistry? Jesus, it's always off. I just can't connect with people. I just feel like there's karma issues. Oh my God. And now I got to figure out what to do with myself. I just don't like it. So you must be stuck in a certain state of thought pattern, because I'm stuck there. They said that the safety gets kicked off, but the body is trying to tell you something. And the body is like, it whines. But you just know that when you're trying to be compatible with anybody, why do I always draw people in that want to treat me like an it? I am not an object. I am not. I am not an object. Okay. Who's next?
Sonia.
Sonia. Hey, dear. How are you feeling better? I'd like to know. Miss Sonia. There has been, you got to filter the criticism a little bit different. And the way that when people give you feedback, sometimes there's feedback. Hold on. Just stop for a second. Jennifer asks, do you do payments in U.S. funds? Yes, you can do that. You can do it in, so you don't have to calculate it. It's, or you can do Aussie. It doesn't matter.
It seems if you
here, and so it gets very confusing when it comes to how do you pay. Trust me, I don't get any more. It's the same. So going back to Marie. Now, Marie, my love, before I go any further, after, I'm just curious about that. I'm just very curious. It's something totally different. You got it. You happen to be looking to the lower left, which means there's a part of me that hears you. So you're checking your self-talk, because you're looking to check your self-talk. And they said that the heart wall, do you have a heart wall? You want to roll that out? No, the heart wall is disapproval. So the certain level that you're at is saying there's a certain disapproval. And it taps into the insecurity. That heart wall, and so now it's like, who's going to win this battle? She went out today. Yay! Good job. She says there was significant improvement. Oh, thank God, Marie. So you right now, you're learning to have a different pathway. It's Cindy Peck, the one who we're missing on the reading.
Cindy is back on.
Okay, so
does not have to.
Well, I know on here it is called Cynthia Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
one.
And whoever shows up here, I don't know what it looks like, but I do know from PayPal that's the name I'm getting. All right. She hasn't come into the room yet, so tell me who's next for that 1 minute.
Miss Vicky.
Miss Vicky. Vicky. When's this bullshit gonna end? Okay. So they're showing me that you're starting to tap into that depression a little bit, and there's a bell going off. Well, so you're going to need to get a refrigerator magnet. So the bell that's going off has to do with uncertainty. And a bell is, if you ring the bell, you're going to hear it. And if you hit the tuning and you're going to say bell, how many times do you want her to go? 3 times. You're going to have uncertainty. Say bell, uncertainty, bell, uncertainty, bell, uncertainty. And you're going to do that 3 times so that it can begin to start to remove the bell out of your body. Okay. As soon as we get to Cynthia Harris, we have somebody else that paid. Hold on. Yes, Jennifer Ferguson paid. Okay, so make sure you have your Zoom. Make sure you can get you ready to do this. Now, if you get here too early, you're going to have to wait until I'm finished with the others. Okay, just to let you know. Cynthia.
Yeah, she's a friend of Teresa's, and I messaged Teresa that you and I cannot see her comments.
Yeah, we can't see them. Is she a fan? Maybe is that why we can't see her comments? That doesn't make sense.
Have anything to do with it?
I know. I don't understand that. But she, who's Facebook?
Facebook, yeah, it's been horrible. Another lives that I've been watching, like my one girlfriend who's doing action style. Her feed is way messed up.
Ah. Oh, I gotta find out who's here. I can't just. Oops, that's not gonna work. Brenda, see waiting room. Yes, let me see in the waiting room. I don't know who Galaxy 8 is. Who is that? Because if that is, find out, Miss Perkins, is she that one? Bye, David, and thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Ah, that's Jennifer. Okay, so we got you two. You're going to have to wait. I still need Cynthia, and if Cynthia can't get on first, then I can just bump her until she can get everything working, and then I can take Vicky next. How do we want to do this? Brenda, can you send your link for personal reading or healing? Amy will have to probably end up doing that. And you'll look under services, and then you can see, the place. So the more time you get, the cheaper it is. We're looking towards a bulk, so that if people want to buy so many sessions at once, we're setting that up too with the accountant. All right. So what's that?
Here's Cindy.
No, I lost a tap on the side. So Cindy, do you want to continue like this, or do you want to come in, or do you want me to take Vicky first and then you come in? How do we want to do it? Oh, okay. Yeah, wait for her to do Vicky. Gotcha. All right, Miss Vicky, you're next, and then hopefully Cindy will come in. Gotcha. Let me see if I can get the right view.
Okay.
Miss Vicky, sweetheart, are you there? Okay, yep, she's coming. She's almost there. You coming back? Sounds like my bird. We're almost there. We almost have visual.
Yeah.
I can hear you, but I can't see you, sweetie.
Yeah, I'm not doing video tonight.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
I have from the other side. I thought that was kind of fascinating. So,
okay,
let's go with.
You can have that. Let's see what happens. Think about whoever you want to talk to. Remember, one representative can only come in at a time, so there can be more than one person that comes through, even animals. I understand sometimes they will play charades, and whether you're dead or alive, I've had live people come to me. This is the weird part, I know, but they do come to me, and they may not even know it, but their spirit's here. But whoever it is, the sign is that if you know anybody that's related to something to do with it, because Ludo is a game that a Navy used to play.
I was in the Navy. My ex-husband was.
You would know this particular energy over here because we used to be connected by playing games, communicating, and all of that. That's what they're showing first. Who would bump heads? There was always this invading energy about bumping heads. Invading energy. Matters of the heart. You know me. So somebody's saying over here that you know me. There was a love-hate relationship, interestingly enough. You would? Yeah, something about they would walk into and they could change the energy of the room. Did you used to suck the air out of the room? Interesting. Give us something that she understands. Okay, so do you know anybody that was a bully on the other side?
Not,
Okay.
my mom could be a bully, but she wasn't ready to talk the other night. So
Well, it doesn't matter. Did they used to make you feel like
my
shit?
grandfather,
Did
my
any,
grandfather Rose.
okay. How about, did anybody make you feel like shit? The whole point is this message is that somebody on the other side, oh, are you the mom now? I'm not talking about it. Well, you must be here. What do you want to talk about? Yes, I knew it, but it was easier for you to take the blame because that's the only way I knew how to live was that to get over my worry, to how I handled things was to make other people take the blame. Interesting. So the energy of the room, yes, I would suck everything out of the room because I couldn't function. I knew I was a hard ass because that's what you're supposed to be. That's the only way I could survive. So there she's pointing out that something happened. Did something happen to you or her? Okay, she said something about when she was around 3 years old. I know it's not an excuse, but... And then it was just easier to see with contempt to everybody. And I judged harshly myself, but I would make sure you felt it. Interesting. I didn't like the creepy little invading energies of no offense. So like, for instance, let's say Vicky, you're a manager, even though you weren't, it was still this energy. And it just reminded her way too much of when she was younger. She says, I couldn't help. I always had this awkward energy and I'm supposed to be a grown-up and I'm supposed to do all these things. And I had to prove it. But I was quite deficient. Now, whoever was the first person that came through talking about the Navy is now our fight on the other side. That's brilliant.
I didn't think that shit happened over there.
Well, they're trying to demonstrate. There's always this scorn. You did it. No, you did it. And it's like scorn. Somebody's always trying to take the power.
No.
Okay, gotcha. For a minute there, all the fingers were pointing at me. I thought, never mind. Your identity crisis situations on yourself. One in particular has to do that you have to do it towards yourself. And what is this? What is it? I am not going to lose this fight. And so you go into self-preservation. She says, you got that from me. Oh, well, that was loud enough. Great. She says, in the games we would play. Oh, not really a board game. According to this was to put you in a state so that you would act out of sympathy. Is that true?
Well, towards the end when I would play Rummy Cube with her.
What's going on? And she says, you have to let go. You have to let go. Now, what do you let go of what we just said? Forgiveness. She says, I just want you to understand that this is the hell. I know what I've done. Impose limitation. You locked. Does this make sense?
Well, I mean, if you have a self-imposed limitation, how else do you get through it but to get through it?
Well, first you got to notice it. Because it was a lockdown. When it came in, it locked you down. This was part of your identity. The only way you could do it was self-preservation. And the self-preservation is not going to allow you to get over the issue. Do you understand? It is...
No.
If you were on a bus and it was caught on fire, your body would try to get your ass out the door, even if you wanted to stay. Your body would say, oh, we're not staying. And it would force you out the door. Do you understand?
Well, okay.
That is how the body is going to do self-preservation. You chose as a child to survive that moment in the basement that she really is pointing out that you've had several of those was, I have to put these limitations on myself in order to survive. Okay?
Yeah, I guess I'm not understanding limitations, but keep going.
Okay. Let's say you wanted to get on to do the show with me, but you won't show your picture. What caused you to say
I've done it before when I looked horrendous, but I just didn't feel like doing
it
tonight.
stops you from taking certain actions. Okay. Maybe, and that's what has to be discovered. It is how there'll be certain invading energies that hence came from probably mom that come in and persuade you to do an automatic response. And again, how do you find the self-imposed limitations? These are the things that you've stopped yourself. Like, why would I want to be a martyr? So I've stopped myself from having, let's say I want to watch TV, but I stopped myself because somebody is complaining that they didn't get, their coffee. Fine, I'll get up and get the coffee. I put a limitation on myself by rejecting myself and putting myself in a position to get them to shut up. Does this make sense?
Yes.
You've done several of those as a child. And you just have to begin to notice how you do it. And like she said, there's a part of you that learned to deprive yourself. And that's part of why it's still showing up in your life, is that you're deprived right now because you haven't gotten over that hurdle. What you chose to take and define it is true to you. But did certain things really happen? There was more to the story. So I hear the word no if you're going to do a yes and a no. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because how you witness and define that moment has been rehearsed inside the head so much so over time it will feel real and be real.
Well, no, I don't think that's it. It's something that I blocked that came to me through meditation.
Okay.
And I still don't see it. I just see what happened in meditation.
And I'm okay. And again,
but I was 57 years old before it ever even.
Your brain, it doesn't matter. Your body's consciousness holds a particular pattern. Your body's consciousness holds a particular pattern, and if it's stuck, like it says, it's been rehearsing this. This is what you have to begin to understand. If you've had some sort of experience that you don't remember, how it's going to be remembered will evolve from the original. So when you're going into and you're asking, did it really happen? You have to remember, this is where it gets confusing, because if you're tapping into meditation, you're tapping in all of the parallel lines, the dimensional lines. So it could have happened somewhere. But you have to ask the soul, why is it remembering it that way? And that is what you have to respect. Again, I got no, it didn't. But you have to reconsider how that story information came through. And your body is holding a print that's asking to be released. See, this can't be linear and it can't be cut and dry. But you ask the question, I'm getting no. You have to reconsider how you've seen it or remember it. Over time, and this is where it's also going to get confusing, because when time starts to unveil itself, you will start to realign your reality up to a certain point and say, that was in the childhood. Because which childhood is it pulling from? Because you think there's only one of you that you beamed in, there's several of you. You'll beam into the next part of the you, which is sitting next to you, and you will feel completely out of sorts. But that doesn't mean that that's not you. It is you. You just have several of you that you can see it all at once. Okay. And eventually you have to get into the right body. And so when certain experiences happen, it depends on how much you have created a facet of yourself. How many aspects did it take to get this? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So when you're ready, things are going to come through. But be patient with yourself. Begin to notice how to find them. Maybe we'll talk more about that in class. I don't know. Okay. All right. Thank you, honey. How do you want this? Where is Cindy? Cindy is still in the room, I hope. So I need to find out who and what's happening, because if not, Cindy, if you're wherever you're at.
She's new to lives, and yeah.
Healing tools are resolution tools. They are help to tap into the innate within you to be able to help process out all of the things that's in your soul. She just bumped back in 1 second. So she's having internet issues, I take it?
Yeah, must be.
No, we may have to end up doing it like this because otherwise I can take Jennifer. Ooh, don't shut down. I'll come back to her. So we'll wait 2 seconds and then we'll pop Jennifer on. If there's no problem. We'll see what happens. So hopefully you guys can understand that healing can be in many forms. One of us talking to the loved ones on the side. Just sent the link again. You hear me okay? I'm not hearing you. So, nope, still can't. So while we're waiting for Jennifer to get the volume right, so Amy, what did she mean? She says, have Jennifer, my name is Jennifer.
Well, I think what she's
What?
done, she's done tapping as a form of a healing tool.
Oh, I got it. Me no hear no Jennifer. She'll get it. She'll get it. She'll get it, folks. Okay, Cindy's in. Not sure what that means. Hopefully, okay, into the Zoom. Okay, well, so hopefully, Jennifer, we can get this issue here. I feel like I'm stuck in the time.
Into one of my great grandfathers and find out information about him.
All right, this is not easy, so we'll see what happens because that's not how my file system works, but we're going to find out. Okay, no, you have to really focus. Okay, hilarious is that I smell old stuff. I like, this is old and decrepit. That's kind of just funny. What do you need to know that help me direct this?
Grandfather, what he went by his English name.
Himself. That doesn't help you, does it?
No, and
so
a lot of things were hidden.
Yeah, okay. But I just feel these emotions. They're like there's a lot of hatred. There's certain things I will not review because I see myself as being shameful. Oh. Okay, so we apparently not going to tap into that. He very good at treating people like objects. They were just its. There was what? Wait, whoa. Okay, so was he from the era of the mob era? It's an interesting energy. Just I don't know. He's showing.
He was a chief.
Okay, now
that I know of.
Here's the funny part. Hold on. I've got to figure what this is. Then he's showing me a TV screen. Believe it or not, of a mob era. Now, hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay? Just doesn't make any sense. So just give me a second here. What is that? Me being tough. So he's a tough guy to some degree. Mm-hmm. He had to be very tough. Leader. What are you striking on the floor? Was he accused of something?
Yes.
Okay, because what he's doing, he's in a right now. He's striking things on the floor. He's somehow in it's hot as hell in here. I'm assuming it's a sweat lodge. No, what are you? Where are we at? It's dark. It doesn't make any sense. There's some smell. I don't know what that is. That is not a pretty smell. I don't know what that is. It's just that he was accused of something, he says, while he was performing something, doing something, something that was natural, something that was regular. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
Can we move on from there?
I wanted to know, like, kind of if you could tell me some names he went by, because he went by so many names.
Oh, I don't hear names. That's the only thing. I hear emotions. I hear pictures.
Is there somewhere I can go to find that out?
I don't know. I'm assuming. What do you got? The ancestries and stuff. I don't know. But he's doing by many names. But he's doing this. Why? Why are you doing that? Again, it's something about. Well, now we're back in the damn sauna place. Oh, sorry, that's not what you call it. This accusation. So I'm not going to be able to be very good at this because the accusation. Might have been true. But he says I was very vulnerable. Okay, this is where things get misunderstood. Okay, there is a tradition of how you do certain things. And then through time, if it's looked at it through time, that's considered wrong. But during that time, it wasn't considered wrong. It was the act of how things are supposed to be done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like objects, which they were as far as that connecting. But at the same, really, did he channel spirits?
Yeah, he was a medicine man.
He channeled spirits. What does that mean? Something, we're striking again. We're striking again in the room. Again, misunderstood. Because how certain things, because he's making something on the ground. He's making like a potion. He's making something on the ground. It was make sense? There was somebody that was not nice. All I can feel is not nice. And what happens from that era is because now he's kicking into my medicine woman from my past life, which was, it was a takedown. It was supposed to be a takedown. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was, he says, I understand from the soul's point of view that this was what was supposed to happen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But to misunderstand things is not to understand the culture. It is to imply that I have to put my beliefs there and you are all wrong. Meaning my medicine woman from my past life had a lot to do with, I knew that white man was supposed to come and kill us. Wipe out the tribe. I knew that. There was nothing I could do to stop it. Okay. Was I happy about it? No. Was I supposed to keep my mouth shut? Yes. Did I? No, I had warned. But the problem was that went against protocol on karma. It went to you have to let certain things follow through. Some of the behaviors, some of the disciplines, some of the things that had to be done completely would never be never understood by somebody that comes from an outsider.
Yeah.
When you're forced,
I know.
Okay, so when you're forced to have to believe a certain way, that was very detrimental. Okay, so like in the Spanish Inquisition, it's like, sorry, you know, or the old things. I'm sorry, you cannot call Father Sky God. That, or you have to call it God. Father Sky is wrong. It's like there's this whole set of rules that came in and said no, it had to be done a certain way, and I get that over time. I get that. That's just how we evolved. The culture of the tribe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he says, no matter what I did, I'm always going to be wronged by those. So even you get that truth, who's going to be telling it? Have you tapped inside to listen?
No.
It's time. It's time to tap inside. Because you have the same connection to spirit as he did. And because of the fact that energy is passed on, you should be able to tap into it. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to do it the old way. But you can take that information and upgrade it to the now, which would be the new way. It does make sense to me, but try to explain it to people and they don't get it. Okay? From powwow information, it's not going to be understood at all. And you were meant to destroy people that are wise women or medicine man, or you know what I mean? It was considered, I'm sorry, we have the right way. That's the wrong way. So finding that truth for you would be to tap into your ancestry. And then you cannot have to hate, because transcend generations of the bloodline to this new part that's in this new world.
Okay.
Now, do you have the headdress?
No. But my dad ended up getting one, and I don't know why he has one or where it even came from. Like, I don't even know where he just said it fell on his lap. Kind of weird.
Well, all I know is I hear the headdress. So, you got one on right now. Again, showing and then you can actually begin to
put it all together.
Yes, and feel happier, because right now there's too many gaps, and hopefully you won't have to go through what I had to go through as far as that deep anger that was from that bloodline. Because that's funny. He's going to go back to his little hot house right now. It's not a pretty smell in there, but that's okay. We with Cindy. Cindy, do we want to talk to you like this?
I just saw her comment. She's here.
Yeah.
And she this way.
Okay. All right. That's fine, honey. That's fine. Was there anything particular? Health, healings, anxiety. Gotcha. Yes, that's right. Yes, I remember your story this morning, Teresa. Yes. Okay. We've got it. Now, when it comes to anxiety, oh, yeah, that's really hurting in the back. Next up, what we're going to do is get into full mode here. Wow. Okay. I'm like half in my body, but most of my energy is in my head. We want to help you get out of the anxiety, for one. And do you want her to do this? Is it frozen? Anything frozen? No. So she had to do this to herself. The anxiety? Yeah, she had to do this in anxiety so it doesn't happen again. So there's a panic. So how do you want her to deal it? Do you want to go through the panic? No. We want to understand that the habit developed over time. And show me when. You got a big one at 17. God, that about floored me. At 17. And it's something you did towards yourself. And it has to do with being very rapid mannerisms as far as the energy. But it also is about the stability. So here's the incident that occurred, and everything was stable. The incident occurred and everything just doing this. Now, what's happening is that it's like, how do you make it stop? How do you make it stop? Now I'm stuck. And because you can't make it stop, it gets stuck. And then the body's consciousness takes over. You can feel it. It shows me back. It shows me that you're doing this lofty, not you, this person. So somebody else's space, and it just keeps shoving me. And it's like, what I want to stop won't stop. I want it to stop. It won't stop. And it's like, that's part of the insanity. And the body says, yes, I'm fully aware of that. And so if I ask a little bit further, do we want to take care of then what we just talked about? Yes. But it's different than panic. What do you mean that's different than that? It's panic. Not that you can't stop thinking of how, okay, there's the incident, there's the thinking, and afterwards it's how it's invading energy. You can feel, whatever you want here, you feel the invading energy. And you can just be sitting there and the invading energy would just come in. They're saying that there's a certain direction that, okay, so which eye? No, which direction? Okay, so I feel like maybe from behind you, there's a certain direction that it's coming at you. And it's like, never again. Okay, something about never again. And so the panic comes in and starts to do the one thing that you have grown tired of, and that is it's meant to discourage. Okay, that can trip it off. Why are we going back to 17 as the original? Something happened then, and that's why it's really okay. So we're going to talk about this one. Do me a favor, if you could take your, see where your pinky is, come down here, and I just want you to rub. You don't have to go deep. 13 years ago. Oh, okay. Well, the point is it's still affecting you. You need to rub 30 times. Rub 30 times, and it's just right at the crick, okay? Just so you understand, it's right at the crick. Get in there and rub that 13 times, like at night. Now, here's the interest part. And they said it's just about when you fall asleep. Oh, it's all the time. Okay, we got to get your heart to come in balance. Okay, when your heart comes in balance, because your ego cannot, we're going to go right back there. Towards yourself, you have this panic. How am I supposed to do something? How am I what? How am I to stop this lofty energy? How am I? Okay, so, but she wants not to talk about that. She wants to talk about calming the anxiety down, just not talk about how. They said, well, can you feel it? Can you feel the anxiety? You can go and learn how to take care of a particular part of it. You need to make an appointment with me, but take your thumb. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to hold up your left wrist, find your first position, put your thumb right there, put your finger in the middle, wrap it around. You're going to push your thumb in, and you're going to do this. And focus on the anxiety, the panic. Put it on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, okay. Hold and breathe, and, well, apparently you want to rock, but if your body wants to do something, just breathe it through and keep doing it. And you stay there in, okay, need to get that out. When you begin to take that next part and you start to feel it come out, they said this is again, make an appointment with me, but you can take and look, which eye do you feel and see the anxiety and the panic? You're holding that point, you're looking through that right eye. See, it'd been better if we could have John. I could have walked right through it. Breathe it through. Just keep looking through that. And then all of a sudden, when you got the number and the color, and you're like, yeah, it's still there, you switch eyes. Look through this. Go back to the beginning of the story. Look through there, and you keep doing that. You need to breathe it through because the body is asking to release it. The body is asking to release it. And you may end up getting to the state where you need to deal with the heartache. Same point, left wrist, first position. And then that way you can sit there and you can watch this again and again. If you're going to try to heal this yourself, otherwise come see me and we can walk you right through and I can tell you exactly what to do and you look and feel. The heartache, you know what it is. You need to heal that out. You just need to feel the pain. Just feel the pain. Because it stops you from being creative. It stops you from moving forward because your body is saying, how do I have not been able to process? And you got to constantly give yourself false self-assurance. But you need to allow yourself to understand that you can start to calm yourself here. You need to calm your spirit. One of the things that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find your big side, inside leg, big toe, and here's the bone. You're going to slide right there, kind of like a big dent right there. And then you're going to slide forward. Here's the bump right here. Okay, big hole, and then right here. Begin to rub those to calm down that particular part of your spirit. Again, Cindy, don't worry. You're going to hear this again. Okay? You're going to hear this again. No worries. Okay? you'll be fine. You may want to make an appointment with me. I don't know. But right now, your body's in a habit. And you need to do one more thing, Cindy. And that's to breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're going to hold your breath by sucking in the energy. So, and then you let the air back in. Now, here's the thing. You want to stimulate the vagus nerve. Okay, so Cindy is not connected to anything I'm saying. Kind of hard to do when everything gets stopped like that. Watch the video. You can do this. We need to send her stimulating the vagus nerve. Help her with the oh my God to start with. Maybe talk about the hope therapy. I'll send that link. Even eye accessing, but she may have to make an appointment. Rubbing the heart point. I don't know if that's even on the site. So I'm going to check with the PayPal, because if you've paid, you can come on the show. If you've not paid, you cannot come on the show. We have Michelle Bromley that's next, and that is her right here. Oops, wrong button. And here we go. Michelle. And how do I gotta find the right screen? There we go.
And I have to run down the basement because I have water in my basement. I will be back in just a couple minutes.
Water in your basement. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's nothing. I've gotten water in my basement every year when it melts forever.
Oh, well, guess what? Nice habit of an emotional stuff that floods. Michelle. To get the phone to work will be good. And that'll be wonderful. So today has been a lot about talking to the dead. Even if you could just do the OMG one to help calm down, get the blood to come up, and then again, stimulating the vagus nerve. Teresa, if she needs help with that, the links or whatever, hopefully you can do this. Michelle, are you? It's not unmuting. We'll wait for just a second. That Dr. Jules Verne on Etsy. So it's a nice necklace. And now Amy's gone, so I can't do any 1 minute reads. Oh, Michelle! Can you hear me?
Hello, I can't see you. You can't see me though. I don't know. I can't work out this Zoom.
Okay.
I can hear you. You can hear me.
Yeah. Now, can you? I can hear you now. On the lower left, can you see where it looks like a video?
No, I can't see anything.
Because usually when you connect into Zoom, it can connect right in. You must have a feature shut off.
Yeah. I don't know what, because I don't quite get these apps. So I think I've probably done something wrong.
No, there's probably something there. You just haven't quite got it. But we can do it like this if that's okay.
Yeah, okay. It's probably meant to be this way.
I appreciate you trying. What would you like?
Just me with technology.
Yeah, well, we'll get there eventually. All right, so baby steps is what we do. So what would you like me to do?
Just some healing would be lovely. Just whatever.
Okay.
I'm open to whatever.
All right. And there is a strong woman on the other side that's come over. She feels like the queen. She's got a crown, but she looks like grandma with that curly hair. But anyways, she's coming over and she says, criticism. Now, if I say the word criticism, what do you feel?
Criticism?
Mm-hmm.
What do I feel?
Well, is it true? Do you have criticism? that comes to you, or do you give it? What is the story of? Because it creates anxiety from what I can see.
Maybe I'm a bit critical on myself, probably.
Because I see now. Does that create anxiety?
What's that?
Galled, Galled, galled.
Gold.
All right, so I will tell you what that means. When you're galled, I can't believe they had the gall to do that. You know, the balls.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So when you feel galled, you can feel extremely annoyed and resentful. But the person, you know, somebody is making you feel that way. And it's like they rub you the wrong way.
Mm. Yeah, I suppose I can get through times where I can feel that, you know, from different people, I think. Some people.
They said
not
that
just one.
They said that people have come into your life, which is interesting, that have praised you, and they look for praise from you. And because you're not getting from you, do you have people that do that?
Yeah, I do.
And if they don't show you that, do they feel like they need to attack you to like make you pay? It's like, you should have known to be nice to me.
Yeah.
It's very interesting energy, but can you feel their not so nice words?
Mm.
It's not even words. How do they act? I mean, literally, they're acting funny. Do they give you gestures, like, you know, facial gestures, or does that make you mad?
Yeah.
Does that make you fanatical? Yeah. You can't stop thinking about it?
I'm not sure.
When people act this way, do you get into the state where you got to correct it, fix it, or you can't stop focusing on it?
Yeah, usually I try to fix things or whatever, but, you know, I get fed up.
Yeah, because it's not your job to make them happy, even though they're part of them and making you say yes.
No, yeah, I'm really done with that. Yeah.
And one of the things that happens is that they kind of like a tackle. They get you in the vulnerable state.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Right now, they said you're really good. What's that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a few different.
Okay.
Sort of
well, they're showing me that you go into absent-minded sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. They said that you do that because when they attacked and you felt vulnerable, that was part of that reaction, because you didn't know what to think about when they would, you know, it's like, it's not my job to make you happy, but they're like, yes, it is. And then there's this lofty shit, this energy that's put at you, and you're like, oh my God, I just want to not talk to you. And so you become absent.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah, exactly.
And so then they said that part of you then towards yourself, you feel inefficient, like you're not good enough. Okay, so they're saying they want you to heal that because you're tired of all of this effort that you put in, and it's just unreceived because they get pissed and throw a pissy fit.
Yeah, and it's just, if it's not working both ways, then it's just not worth it.
Exactly. But in their mind, everything's working just fine if you'd stop being stubborn. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of. Okay, maybe
I don't know.
Okay, so let's take out the word stubborn and take that out. The point is, can you feel how they make it your responsibility?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's try this again. As long as you can hear me, do you feel that all your efforts sometimes are unreceived?
Oh, always. It's been like that for a long time.
All right.
With
now,
people that sort of thing.
Good.
I just give up. I go quiet, and I just think it's not worth it. They're not worth it.
Yes, exactly. Now, did you do hope therapy with me before?
I've only done a very small amount, so I need to do more.
Okay, so what we're going to do, because time's up, what I want you to do is I want you to hold L1S, and that is the left wrist, first position, nice and soft. Now, it will be on video so that just in case you didn't see it.
Okay, yeah.
But left
I'll
wrist,
watch
first position, nice and soft. And then you're going to put, your finger in the palm, and you're going to put your hand on your forehead. And when you get done with this, rewatch this, hold that point, put it on a scale from 0 to 10. Because one of the things that comes creeping in is that you become absent-minded. Like we'll be talking and you'll miss like a word, or you'll forget that word and then you go back. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, a lot.
That's what's happening. And they said L1S for all the stuff that we just talked about will be start to put it on the scale from 0 to 10, and then you start to do your best to get it down to 0 and get that feeling and all that stuff out of the way. Okay.
Okay, that's very interesting, because I know that I go into those patterns, then I end up being negative. I feel sort of that negative aspect.
Yeah, because
sometimes it pops in.
Strategy in that pattern that you do. Just try to do your best to re-listen to this point and use the tool. Try that one first, and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Bobby Brenda.
All right,
so,
thank you.
I'll have a look at that video and I'll get onto that, and then I will book in for a hope session with you soon.
Wonderful.
As well.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
right, bye. Okay, so now let's see. I have to, because Marie said she paid, but I need to check. Did you want to do it like this? How do you want to do it? So you had 2 inches of water in your basement, huh?
Mm-hmm. Thank God for sump pumps.
Yes, that's something you need. Sometimes our subconscious mind gets very soggy with them. And have we gotten back from Sonia of whether she's coming in or what she's doing?
I have not.
No. Okay. Well, wait. Any 1 minute read that I need to do?
Nicole Byers.
Nicole. Yes, there was something that Nicole needed. What did she need? She needed.
I have her email.
Oh, thank God. Tell me. Maybe not.
I'd love to know more about where my energy is at, and the last month or so I have been extremely different, and she had to go. So
Now, when your body takes and does these extremely different things, one of the things that it's asking for is now to address the pain differently. It does false pride. This is not an easy one to do because, I want to be proud of myself. Versus, you need to learn how to take pride. False pride is when you have to, there's so many different ways to explain this one. The false pride has to do, we'll get to that in a minute, because they said right now, when you start to take credit for what you do, the stability of things start to wobble, because by taking credit for what is actually what you need to do, your body goes into this awkward feeling and failure. That's the reason why I probably couldn't come up with the word to say how to say it. You have to check yourself when you do false pride. There's a lesson that has to do with an experience. If you got to be proud of something, because if somebody wants you to be proud of it and you're doing, I'm proud of that. It's like, no, are you really proud of that? We don't want you to be just saying it. It is to be in that space of listening and feeling and being proud. Like, I'm proud of the fact that I can hear spirit. I am proud of the fact that every day I get out of bed and take care of myself. So you have to be careful of how, that's a subject that really should be told. No, thank you for stepping up and deciding you're worth it. So good job. Now, how can I help you, darling?
I thought I'd about the fairy folk in my home.
Okay, you guys heard all that. Yep, they're all scrambling up right now. They're all sitting down front row view to listen too. So hopefully one of them or so will come and talk. Did you get a new crystal? or do you have a crystal on your thing with a little point on top?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, because there's one up there that has a little point. Well, they're showing me the crystal. They said that's like their obelisk. It's like, oh, we own to it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a brand new green one. That's
that they like it. They like the energy, and then they said something about nesting. Oh wait, what are you guys talking about? Nesting. Okay, so what I see can put like an Easter, it would nest with little Easter eggs in it.
No, I
No?
don't.
Oh, okay. I think they want a decoration.
Well, actually, I was planning on doing a ritual soon.
Oh, okay. So what do jelly beans have to do with it? Do you give them a treat?
Yeah, I do. I give them treats.
Okay,
Yes, I do.
they're waiting for the treats. You know, so they're
Yeah, I usually give honey.
Okay.
And it's a usual ritual thing that I do.
Okay, because they keep showing me, you know, like those Easter eggs that are hard candy shelled but speckled looking.
Yes, I know the ones.
Okay, they keep showing me it is a ritual. There is this thing. So they like that. They think that's so cool. They think you're God. You know, it's like you're the queen.
I do actually do that.
Okay, so they like
it. It's a star, and I do that.
Okay, well, they like that. They like it a
Oh,
lot.
that's wonderful.
And they said sometimes, you know, when they see you get in a state, they just know that they're laughing. They're sitting in a little Indian position with their legs crossed and oming for you. Okay. And then sometimes when they really are like, they said, well, we don't get bored, but when we get bored, sometimes we pretend like you're a great big screen. And then and they watch your world. And they watch your world and they like, what's the update on Sonia today? You know what I mean? You see their little houses, or you actually put out houses, but they tend to their little houses, meaning something to do with flowers, something to do with, I don't know, but they like the.
Actually, I was thinking about buying a bouquet for them to place by the tree as well.
Okay.
And I always leave them crystals.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, on your stand, do you have a shelf below it?
Yes, I do.
Now, put a surprise there for them. They like that.
Oh,
now,
okay.
Now, first of all, has your husband put a dirty shoe there or something?
No.
Okay. Because there was something they're not complaining per se, but it's like
it's a bowl of earth.
No, that's not what they're complaining about. I swear to God, they show. Did your husband ever prank you with a dirty shoe or something? Because they're showing me something like it's like a dirty sock or a dirty shoe that shouldn't be there, and I'm like, I'm not saying that. They're saying that sometimes they watch you. Okay, they're watching you. And they're showing me that, oh, yeah, oh, look what he's doing to her. And they totally can get caught up into your feeling of how you're like, back off, you know, you can feel it. And then sometimes they swear to God, they can feel the energy from him to them. So that's why, in a way, they're showing me that there's like a dirty sock or it's a dirty shoe. It's like, but he pulls pranks on you. Well, he feels like they go, we don't like when he does that, but we don't like when, you know.
Yeah, no, they yeah, they really don't like him. I get that vibe. I really get that vibe.
Good, because that's what I get too. Back and they'll, you know, they're oming for it.
Yeah, Osnara's coming up soon, so yeah.
Okay, and there is this. What are you saying? What? You accept karma. You accept what's coming to you? No. What am I getting wrong? You accept what? Toward yourself, you do what? You make yourself an it, young lady. They say you make yourself not important. And they're fully aware of that.
I do that.
Yeah, they watch that often. Now, I don't understand, but did you drop a pearl necklace, or did you drop a necklace? Or to them, it's huge. It looks like freaking marbles, but they're saying that
I
you
don't often.
don't. Oh, that's not right. That phrase of "don't throw pearls before the swine." Don't give it to somebody that's not going to appreciate. You are like, I think it's meant for you.
I actually did give the big crystal to my daughter.
Well, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But you got to stop making yourself an it, according to them.
I heard that. Thank you.
I
I do it all the time, Brenda.
Then
I do it all the time.
you have a
Thank you.
female. You have a
Thank
female
you,
one
Spirit.
wishing that you wouldn't have gave it away. It's not that you're an Indian giver. Or, really? We're going to use that derogatory words?
I have beautiful intentions.
Yeah, you do. It is that somehow, sweetie, you make yourself less than. And then you tell, oh, that's why you said it. Hold on.
It's a bad example, just that for my daughter,
Oh, wait a minute. Somebody, okay, that's why they said it. I got to figure out what they said. They're making it very strong. When you, it's about manipulation. Okay, hold on. All right, the little girl fairy, no, I'm sorry, says it's a way that you're being accused of something that's not true. Oh, I don't want to say this live, but like, for instance, when you have some type of governing body and there was a promise that got broken and then you blame it on the other guy. So I feel in a way you get blamed for things.
Yes.
And they're saying that just start catching that you're doing that.
I'm going to.
And then call your energy back to you.
Okay.
Because they said that, no, that was yours. That is yours. And that the maneuvers of manipulation or whatever.
To her as an example for what to do for herself, for her children.
Yes. Okay.
She's not to be selfish for herself.
Yes.
So she doesn't do that continuously in her.
Putting that action mask on first is very important. So think of it that way. You can't save others. Got this. So
on me too.
They've taken confetti now, and they went wee. So they confettied you.
Okay.
They're looking forward to the ritual, and they said, "Come sit with us and eat sometime."
Yeah.
Yeah, because they look forward to it because it's something that
it's like not been happening lately.
It's like the one way that they can give back because you both intentionally are in that space.
Yeah. Okay,
good. All right. Thank you, dear, for coming on. And I'm so happy that you feel better. And I keep going. You can do this. You can get stronger. I know I care about you.
Care about you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye, honey. Well, that was nice.
Having me back.
And who else is ready? TP. All right. We'll have to, because I have a feeling they're going to cut us off soon. TP. Because when you smiled at people, you didn't just hang your smile out. You smiled within yourself, and that created a smile, which then caused a good rapport. And then it was greatly received. And so instead of the little girl looking for acknowledgement, it was, again, because when you're doing discouraged, what that means is you can't have courage. When that happens, you can't be vulnerable. And the vulnerability space that you're meant to be in, as long as you keep healing, you can stand in your authenticity without having to feel like you have to be attacked. So when you start to feel discouraged, call yourself back in. When it does happen by somebody else and not yourself, you go in and just do the healing tool, pick yourself off the floor. Literally learn to start putting yourself back together while the stuff's happening so that you can feel better. All right, who's next?
Athena, she says, hi. Are there any changes coming up
All right. So I'm assuming that, is it a pass switch? No. So it's nothing to be dramatic like mine. Are you getting a bitch slap? Not per se. You're going to have a mild one coming, and it's just to get your attention. This is something that you've done to yourself that your body is asking you to change. Okay. Do you understand that? Into what you really want. So pay attention to what it is you want. Because when you want something, you have to make sure that you have self-love. They says that if you will not have that much of a rocky road if you start doing self-love. That means not do it falsely, but allowing yourself to put the action. Man, I give everybody my time. I need to stop, and you got to write yourself in the schedule. They said that's very important. And because if you don't do that, you're not going to get cleansed, and not getting cleansed will cause your body to say, we need a break, shut down, or do whatever. Or it could be just your life. You need to shut down. Now, sometimes when bad shit begins to happen, it's because you're not paying attention to what spirit wants. Again, if you pay attention to what spirit wants, you don't have to have a bad construction. You wanted something, and what happens is that you say, thank you, spirit, it's coming to you. But because you got a reading, you didn't quite understand it. It's not net.
Lillian.
Okay. What's that?
First days at work have been fantastic, except for her trainer. She has no patience. Will I be okay in this job?
Okay, first of all, that you have to see her that way because it's a she and not a he. And they said that you're still in recovery of having a different set of energies, which is things are different. You're used to having a particular male energy around you. You're going to have great abundance of good faith. Why? Because there's a party that thinks you're maybe not good enough. And so you're doing your best to say, well, I don't want to be a self-centered bitch. Okay. Having no patience. And that is because there's a habit within inside of you that says that I have to be self-conscious, which is the right way, which is the wrong way. And because you're judging, trusting in your beautiful ability that you have. So is this job a good match? Is this job a good match? You're still in recovery. I got that again. You're still in recovery, which means you're going to find your place, but you have created an unsettling within you. And they said it's all going to be up to you. If you feel it's a good match, you're going to stand in alignment and have sex.
Bounce back.
That's Nikki.
Okay, then we got her.
Anybody else?
Me.
You. Okay. So as we do you, understand that it says you're not quite in the new beginnings anymore. There's a party that's already started, but you don't know how to be proud of the little achievements you do, and therefore fall back into from that aspect to help you overcome with the earthly father aspect that was there, and that you have to return to self-love. That you guys have been great, and I think that's it. I don't think we have enough time to see if there's anything else because it is getting to the point where they're going to kick me off soon. But I'll just double check anyway. And it's been a great day. And I will be here Thursdays. It's all about helping you to become a sustainable person. Help you find Huh?
This is Thursday for you.
Yes, I said next Thursday. Every Thursday. Every Thursday. Every Thursday for me. Every Wednesday for you guys. And I think more and more about learning how to get rid of the fear so that you can be more of a sustainable person. I had to, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to manage being a mother and taking care of 2 kids because I'd been in fear all the time. Philly, thank you for staying. It was wonderful. I love all of the people that were here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all coming through. And what was that?
I said, thank you, Philly, for all of your help.
Yes. Oh, she was helping in the room. That's wonderful. I'll have to.
Helping on the back end.
Awesome. We'll have to figure out how to get those emails corrected. Well, that'll be a good thing. Okay, so I got to find the right window of where we're at. Oh, I see. I shrunk it. Again, the wrong mouse. Eek, eek. All right. Stay blessed. I didn't hear you, Ames.
Stay blessed.
Gotcha. And all you wonderful people, we'll see you next time. And YouTubes. I don't know if anybody was there today.